다 읽었어? 구린내였지. 구린내가 어딨지?
God grant you health. How may I help you?
I'm looking for someone they call Riki.
That's the tanner's son, Hinek.
Where can I find him?
Hard to say. He's not around here much. Thank God for small blessings. You could try his folks' place.
그래?
What can you tell me about this Hinek?
What can I tell you? No, he's none too popular. No one cares to talk to him.
Why not?
Well, I'm not one to gossip, but I heard he keeps bad company.
나쁜 사람들?
What's the tanner like? Hinek's father.
The less I see of him, the better. He's not exactly sparkling company.
Why do they call him Riki anyway?
Why do you think? Because he's a tanner, of course.
그래?
So why don't people like him?
The old tanner's not an easy man, but his son should never let his father down. Hinek does nothing to help. He's always far too busy with his own affairs, though I wouldn't like to say what those are.
And does no one at all talk to him?
That harlot Adela hangs around with him, of course.
예.
She works as a bathhouse wench, same thing.
그래?
The Lord watch over you.
감사.
I hope I can be of some humble service.
나 기사야.
Why has he got such a bad name?
Well, like his old man, he doesn't talk much to anyone. And then he's always skulking off somewhere. I heard he got a taste of the pillory in Rate for thieving. And in Neuhoff, he got boozed up in the alehouse with his cronies and they beat up some merchants.
So a bit more than high spirits.
Just so. We're all honest folk here and we've no use for the likes of him.
Why do they call Hinek Riki anyway?
He's a tanner, isn't he? If you ever get downwind of him, you'd understand. Tanning isn't a trade for a weak stomach.
True enough, but not every courier gets cursed with a name like that.
Well, Hinnick's nature's no sweeter than his smell.
그래?
Don't tell me there's not a single person who talks to him.
Well, he's been seen around with one of the bathhouse wenches. Adela,
Adela?
I believe she's called.
What can you tell me about the old courier?
He's as cantankerous as a hog in a thorn bush. He won't talk to anyone.
그래?
Take care now.
모두 짱이었지. 얜 또 누구야?
Hey, see
상인?
that lad over there?
I see him. What of him?
Doesn't he look like that student what was
Eh.
preaching in Nugget?
어이.
Oh yeah, I believe
Hey.
it is him. What's he doing here? Father Godwin said he was from Prague. He wouldn't lie to us, would he? Not from the altar, anyway.
Who knows? Maybe he'll settle down here and take Godwin's place. Everyone's fed up to the back teeth with all his boozing and bad behaviour.
The young fella's not dressed like a priest, though, is he? There'll be
에.
But what?
God alone knows.
야야야야 여와.
Good day to you. What do you need? Goodbye.
하하. 모두가 어디있지? 안녕하신걸.
Jesus Christ be praised.
bonbon? 이것도 있어? 제일 비싼 게 뭐야? 필요 없어. 더 좋은 게 있지. 뿌린내가 어딨지? 아, 여기 있어. 여기야.
Is someone
Huh?
there?
우와, 냄새야.
I'm at your service, Sir
야,
Knight.
기사야.
I'm looking for your son. Any idea where he might be?
I don't know nothing.
Don't you at least know where he usually goes? It's important.
Hynek shows up at home once in a blue moon, so I don't know nothing about where he gets to. Even if I did, why would I
에,
tell every Tom, Dick,
잡힐
and Harry?
거야. 이걸로 할까?
Watch your tongue, peasant. I'm an envoy of Sir Radzig Kobyla, and this is an official investigation. Stop trying to put me off and tell me where your son is right now.
실패?
I apologize
Oh.
if I offended you, young man. But still, I don't know where Hynek is. He turned up at the house a while back, but then he vanished again in a hurry.
And you don't know where he went? What?
Look, it's been clear to me for a long time that my boy was headed for the gallows. But I'm still his father, right? And you can't expect me to rat on my own son.
If you value your son's life at all, you better pray I find him, because I'm not the only one looking for him.
That's no surprise. But what of it? If you're here on behalf of Sir Radzig, there's nothing waiting for Hynek but the gibbet.
그야 그렇지.
It doesn't have to be that way. If Hynek cooperates, he can save his neck.
I can't say you put my mind at ease. But to hell with it. I'll tell you what I know. All right. He was here a few days ago, but he left right away. He looked like he was in a hurry.
And you don't know where he went?
I've got an idea, but I don't know where it is exactly.
I don't follow.
Hynek makes some money on the side from poaching. He boasted to me a few times about what a great hideout he found in the woods, but he never told me where it is.
Well, it's not much to go on, but it's better than nothing. Thank you.
은
Do you
신쳐.
have any clue at all where his hideout could be?
I really don't know nothing about that. I could tell when he'd come from there is all.
How's that?
Because every time he brought some hides for tanning and money.
오, 그래?
He had money because he sold the stuff right away.
I suppose. He never kept any of his loot here.
Do you know who he sold it to?
No. But the innkeeper came here now and again and gave him coin. Of course, it could have been for me.
All right, I'll ask at the inn then. I'd like to talk to you about your Hynek.
I'm very busy, so make it quick.
허, 그래요?
Do you at least know any friends he's with or someone he goes to see?
As far as I know, nobody here in the village talks to him.
I heard he's seeing some bathhouse wench.
Maybe. He can't get it for free, so I suppose he has to go to the baths.
알았어, 알았어.
And if he's really in as much shit as you say, please try and find him.
알았어. 좋게 끝내줄게. 어디지? 나 추적을 해야겠지. 가자. 분명 답이 있을 거야. 얜 또 뭐야?
I hope I can be of some humble service to you.
아, 귀족이야.
What's with the targets? Are you an archer by any chance?
I notice you're asking questions. Are you the Inquisition by
Hey.
any chance?
No, I'm Henry, of Scales.
From Scales? I'm Vatek, from here. Why are you so curious about the targets?
It's just that I sometimes try my hand at archery too.
Try your hand, do you? I know plenty who do. When you can score as high as me at chumps, then I might be impressed.
I've got no idea what you're talking about.
Never played chumps? And you call yourself an archer? All right, Henry, listen up. Chumps is a game for real archers. It tests your strength, stamina, and accuracy. And it can be a nice little earner. Unless you're, well, a chump.
So what exactly is it?
I'll tell you. A bunch of logs are floated down the river. Then you count to 20, and the archers run along the banks after the logs. At the end of the course, someone collects all the logs and counts the strikes. Whoever has the most, always meaning me, wins the bout. Each archer has 20 arrows with their own coloured fletching, and the contest ends when the last log floats through the finish line.
Sounds like good fun.
Fun? My friend, it will bring you out in a proper sweat, and you'll be well pleased to hit just 1 or 2 blocks. So how about it then? Fancy a bout? You'll need your own bow,
나
but I'll supply
바쁜데.
the arrows with coloured fletching.
Sounds interesting. Maybe some other time.
Well, if you ever want to gamble away pots of money, just ask.
So you know this Hinek. Can you tell me something about him?
Not much, I confess. Most of the village folk avoid him like the plague.
Why's that?
No one with a nose likes spending too much time around tanners. And that Riki keeps bad company. I've never heard a good word said about him.
그래?
Take care now.
그럼 말고 또 어딨지? 이쪽이야? 뭐지? 추적을 하는 거야? 이거 범위가 너무 넓은데 냅두고 이쪽이지? 여관 목욕탕이야? 마담?
Good day to you. What do you need?
안에
Care. What? Is there something you need?
이거를 예? 멈춰. 야, 스톱. 정지. 들어가면은
Show yourself.
잡히겠지.
What's going on out there? Has something happened?
예? 야,
God save. How may I help you? Good night.
I heard you've
있네.
been seeing Hinek, the tanner's son.
So what? Come to preach at me, have you? That I'm a loose woman, a sinner, that I seduce decent men?
예.
God, no, nothing like that. It's just that you're the only one in the village who sees Hinek, so I came to ask you about him.
Aye, I've seen him often enough. I don't know what I could tell you about him.
Where can I find him?
어딨어?
I haven't seen him in the village for a few days. He must have run off to the woods again.
Does he do that often?
From time to time.
What the hell does he get up to there?
I don't know.
이거는 안 되겠지.
He goes to the woods from time to time. That smells fishy to me.
What do you mean? There's no law against it, is there?
With all the footpads, looters, cumans, and God knows what other vermin around, it's not the sort of thing an honest man would do.
But Hinek doesn't have anything to do with those people.
Oh, really? Then what does he do there? I don't imagine he's gathering mushrooms.
I really don't know what you want
실패했어.
from me. So Hinek is a bit odd and sometimes he goes off into the woods. So what?
When did you last see him?
A few days ago. He came to me late in the evening, drunk.
And that was unusual?
I never saw him drink much. He always came to me sober.
So he was acting strangely that evening?
He was strange. I had the feeling he was afraid of something. He kept prattling on and didn't seem to care about you know what. So I threw him out and I haven't seen him since.
Can you remember anything he said that evening?
Oh, I'm not sure. He went on
누구시?
about some fellow called Lubosh who died. That he was regretting he ever got into it, but he
에?
never said what
죽였어.
it was. And that it wasn't worth it for the money. Aye, and then he was talking about the money. That was very odd.
돈?
What did he say about the money?
Just that he had a pile of it hidden behind his house.
에?
I see. What did you say to that?
What could I say? He was drunk. He kept saying I was a fine girl and other harlots wouldn't go with him even for money.
파볼까?
And if I wanted, I could even take half the money and leave. Or he'd go with me and we could get married and such. Oh, just poppycock.
예.
Did you go there for a look?
No, I've got better things to do. Obviously he made it up. Where would a layabout like him get so much coin?
Yes, I understand.
내가 파야겠다.
Did he tell you exactly where he hid it?
He said he buried it at his father's small holding in the western
서쪽
corner.
모퉁이?
Right, thank you. Is it true?
What?
Other whores wouldn't go with him even for money.
The other bathhouse girls are honest, so I don't know. The truth is, I felt a bit sorry for him. Folk don't like him, but it's only 'cause his old man is a grouch and a tanner.
So you only felt sorry for him?
Both of us are the black sheep of the village.
There's nothing more
아,
between you?
그래?
No, nothing. Maybe Hinnock thinks differently, but that's how it goes.
I found out that Hinnock goes poaching in the woods and he's got a hideout there. What do you know about it?
말해봐.
Don't worry. Hinnock has much bigger problems than being caught poaching. And you're not involved in it anyway, are you?
No, I'm not. It's true he used to go hunting in the woods sometimes. When he came back, he'd usually come to me. That's all.
뭔가 수상한데.
How did you know he'd been to the woods?
He always talked about what he caught, and he never came to me at other times. Probably didn't have the money for it.
Do you know who he sold it to?
He never told me straight up. But who could he sell it to? The innkeeper, I reckon. It makes sense.
For sure. Do you know what route he took? At least the general direction. Anything that could help me find his hideout.
I think he usually went through the woodcutter's camp, 'cause he always brought me freshly chopped firewood, and he had wood chips on his boots.
Good. So at least I know where to start.
호호호호.
Goodbye.
여기는 여관. 여관으로 가야겠지. 여관 주인이 어딨지?
One beer.
One beer for me.
너 뭐야? 얘 뭔데? 주인이 어딨지? 얘가 주인이야. 너?
God save you. What can I do for you?
I want to ask about the courier's son, Hinnock.
But ask someone else. They've nothing to do with Ricky. He'd only drive my customers away.
Really? I heard a different story. I heard the two of you do business together.
Who are you anyway?
Friend of
헐크야.
his. He's gone missing and I need to find him.
I don't know where he is. But if you find the bastard, tell him he still owes me some goods.
그래? 이걸로 갈까?
I've no time for this. I have to find Hinnock and you're going to help me.
Am I now? Even if I did know, why the
어이쿠야.
hell would I help you?
This is a nice alehouse you have here. It would be a shame if anything happened to it.
Are you threatening me?
What are you?
협박하는 거야.
So are you going to talk or do I have to beat it out of you?
Fine. Let's get to the point then.
See now? Where there's a will, there's a way.
I did some deals with Ricky, but I swear to God, I don't know where he is.
I hear Hinek has a hideout in the woods he uses for hunting game. Do you know where it is?
Not exactly. That is, I don't know where it is at all.
But
I happen to know it's a dark place, a cave
Hongul.
or an old mine shaft.
how do you know that?
Whenever Ricky was going poaching, he always came to me first for candles and lamp oil. He brought the game skinned and gutted, so he had to have a light for that.
How much game did he bring you?
Not much, a few pieces. There's no great demand here. Sometimes the gentry has something, otherwise it ends up in sausages.
And do you know of any mine shafts nearby?
There's a few of them around. There's one on the opposite bank, a short way off the path leading from the forge to the west. Then there's a mine gallery to the east of the village, up in the woods above the cliffs. And I heard there's one shaft on the headland close to the water.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Watch you don't break your neck, though. It's rough ground, and you could easily fall down a shaft.
그래.